What would you recommend in a high-value, very large space?
These high-impact spaces are really where Automate VX shines. This is a multi-camera speaker tracking solution that builds off of optical zoom cameras that allow you to get close-ups throughout the space because the cameras can be placed around the room. Plus, you're using the microphones in the room. That allows you to really be able to get that speaker tracking experience in very large spaces. Additionally, there's a level of customization with this product that allows you to be able to create those layouts and have that composition experience that is really custom to your particular meeting, which is something that we hear a lot of demand for in those high-profile spaces.
How about multi-purpose and divisible rooms?
Automate VX is flexible enough to handle when the furniture might change, or maybe you have a room that, as you mentioned, is divisible. So sometimes you need to use some of the cameras, sometimes you need to be able to use all of the cameras. And within Automate VX, you use one button press for the user to be able to switch between those different modes.
How about presentation and training spaces?
So this is where you're really going to be looking at a presenter tracking solution. So you will look at either the i12 or the i20 camera based off of the room size, and also based off of the particular features that you need. So the i20 has that group tracking and preset zones, so you'll want to use that camera where you need those features. Additionally, if you need to have audience participation, so you're doing some sort of Q&A and those questions need to be seen by your remote participants, then you'll be looking at an Automate VX solution or some sort of composition. If you also have an audience that needs to be seen on camera when they're asking a question, like an audience Q&A, then you'll want to make sure that you have a solution that can handle that. Automate VX is a great way to do so. You can bring your presenter tracking camera in and also some of the P-series cameras to grab the audience. Additionally, you can bring in a presenter tracking camera and a standard PTZ camera or a speaker tracking solution at the front of the room for a multi-stream experience into your video conferencing platform.
How about your large and medium conference rooms?
Crestron has a lot of solutions for these spaces. These are very popular spaces, and most organizations have a few of them. So this is where you're going to be looking primarily at what is the form factor and whether you want digital or an optical zoom experience. In this space, usually people are looking for speaker tracking. So the solutions that really shine here are going to be the Video Bar 70. So that'll give you that all-in-one video bar experience. You also have the Hawk, which will give you that optical zoom experience. And then for the more standalone digital experience, that would be the Hudley L1. If you're looking just for a group framing experience, you can look at the i12 for that. That's going to be that optical zoom experience. Additionally, the L1 also has a digital group framing experience. If you also have a presenter in your medium to large space that occasionally goes up to the front of the room, the dual i12 multi-camera switching solution is a great option here for you. That's going to be one i12 up at the front of the room that will group frame for everyone at the table, and then the other one will be set as a presenter tracker. And when someone gets up from the table, walks to the presentation area, it will dynamically switch to that presenter tracking camera.
I think the only ones we haven't talked about are small and huddle.
In your small and huddle spaces, you typically sitting relatively close to the monitor and the screen. In those cases, the Hudley IQ and the Jabra Panicast 50 really shine.
So we talked about which solutions go in what types of rooms. What else is there to know?
The next thing we need to know is how to integrate that solution technically. So this is going to primarily be the mounting and the wiring. Again, a lot of this is in the manual, but they need to be thought of during the design. It's the little things that you can do during the design process, and if you think of them up front, things are going to be a lot easier, and it might be challenging or costly to fix if the product is already installed.
And what solutions will we cover?
We will primarily go through the standalone cameras and the video bars. Since the Automate VX is so flexible in the rooms you can design it for, there's a separate course for that.